showing you today a new soup, and I'm making it in my Instant Pot. I'm using both the pressure cooking method and the slow cook. So the best of both worlds. I'm using the pressure cooking right at the beginning just to soften and cook the green beans and the carrots. I don't know why that was hard to think of. I'm also sauteing at the beginning some butter, garlic, and onion. So this soup is going to be an chicken, orzo, and gnocchi soup. It's going to be creamy, very hearty, very comforting, and extremely delicious. So a lot of times when I make soups, I start off with using ingredients that I have. So I had green beans left over from our beef and noodle dinner we had a few days ago, and I always have carrots in my I always have carrots in the fridge because it's a great snack. We like to have them with hummus, and carrots can just complement any meal when you're looking for a vegetable. Obviously, I always have onions, same thing. You use it a lot, you keep it stocked. And then my father-in-law brought us from Sam's Club 4 cooked rotisserie chicken breasts, and these suckers were huge. I mean, I'm talking giant. So this is 3 of them chopped up. It's about 4 cups of cooked chicken breast. So I wanted to use this. I'm making a different meal with the other breast, and I wanted to make a soup. So I had this, and I had seen a few weeks ago pre-made gnocchi at Aldi. It was less than $2 for this package, and my husband makes a really fabulous homemade gnocchi, so I've never bought store-bought, but when I saw this, I knew that when he makes his gnocchi, he likes to serve it a certain way, so he would never really want me to put it in a soup, and I'm totally fine with that because I love the way he makes gnocchi. But I wanted to try this out, so I got a package of this, and then I just have some orzo I want to use up, and we love carbs, so having both a gnocchi and a noodle really doesn't bother any of us. And then I will be adding heavy cream at the end. So I have the seasonings, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the ingredients, and then we're going to get cooking. And I hope you enjoy this recipe. Soup is my absolute favorite thing to make in the fall. It's probably my favorite food to eat, period. I eat soup all the time. I would still make it in the hot weather, but my family prefers it when it's cooler, so I totally take advantage from about September through May and make soup all the time. And of course, we always eat our soup with bread. If you need a good bread recipe, I'll link below to a different video that I have on how I make crusty bread. Okay, so here we have our ingredients. I have about 6 cloves of garlic chopped, a medium sweet onion, about 2 cups of raw carrots chopped up, about 1 cup of raw green beans chopped up. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of butter. I have 2 cartons of chicken broth and some heavy whipping cream. Then I have pink sea salt, black peppercorn, beau monde, red peppercorn flakes, and parsley, dried parsley. And then of course I have the cooked chicken breasts, about 4 cups chopped of that. Like I said, I use rotisserie, but you could just pre-make your chicken breast. You could also add it into the Instant Pot during the pressure cooking if you wanted, but this is how I prefer it. I have dried orzo. I'm going to use about 1 cup of that dried, and then I have this entire 17.6 ounce package of gnocchi, so roughly a pound, just over. Okay, so my Instant Pot has been on saute for about 5 minutes, so it's nice and hot. 3 tablespoons of butter. An onion. Okay, so these have been sauteing on low for 5 minutes, and I'm adding in all my carrots. I like, even though these are going to cook, I like to just kind of let them saute in the butter just for a few minutes. I am adding 2 cartons of chicken broth because I want to make a lot of soup. That is not necessary by any means. You could easily do 1 carton and still make quite a bit of soup, but that's not what I want to do. salt, pepper, a heaping quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We're gonna go a teaspoon of parsley, and I'm gonna do a teaspoon of beau monde. Okay, that smells amazing, people. It's time to get it started. So I have it on seal. Pressure, oops. Okay, I'm gonna go for pressure cook. Not for an hour and a half, 8 minutes, and I'm going to let this have a natural pressure release because I'm doing other stuff, which is the joy of an Instant Pot. Okay, so this got done an hour and a half ago, and I was cleaning, so I just left it. I just tasted the broth. It tastes divine. It has a nice little spice to it afterwards, but it's totally like kid friendly still. I say that with someone that has kids that actually enjoy a little bit of spice. If your kids are totally adverse to spice, I wouldn't do this. But I'm now going to add these that are late to the game. They're going to just be in the slow cook portion. And I like doing slow cook because now I'll just let this be until dinner time. I forgot to tell you guys I was adding a cup of peas. Please accept my apologies. So there they go. The cup of Orzo. The cup of heavy cream. And I know a lot of people like to do milk instead of heavy cream, and you probably can totally do that. It just won't be as creamy for obvious reasons. And then this is the spinach gnocchi. And last but not least, we'll add the chicken, cover it, and cook. So now I'm going to come down here, hit cancel, put it on slow cook, cover it, and just wait until dinner. So after adding the final ingredients on slow cook, I just left it for 4 hours, and this is the end result. The starch from the gnocchi and the noodles really thickened up the broth. This soup ended up being one of my favorite soups I've ever made. It is so creamy and comforting, and I hope it joins your menu. Thanks, guys.